This week, President Trump presided over a Homeland Security Task Force roundtable on the ongoing crackdown on drug cartels.
Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard was there, laying out the grim brutality of these cartel crimes.
The arrest of a Sinaloa cartel boss, El Plato, another dangerous Sinaloa cartel member responsible for tracking huge amounts of cocaine. The arrest of a CJNG cartel-affiliated baby trafficker called La Diabla. Her whole money-making operation was centered around luring pregnant women, performing illegal C-sections, harvesting organs, and selling newborn babies.
And DNI Director Gabbard joins us now. So, I mean, you can't even, it's sort of hard to wrap your brain around this, selling newborn babies and harvesting organs?
Yeah, good morning. It really just speaks to the savagery, the terror, and to the lengths that these cartels are willing to go to further their money-making operations, to continue their trafficking of narcotics, and ultimately the savagery that they have brought to the American people in our own communities. You heard President Trump talk about this for months on the campaign trail, exposing the truth about these things that were happening not in some far-off country, but right here, the terrorizing of our own people and our own communities here in the United States of America. So this Homeland Security Task Force operation that the president has directed really is having already an incredible effect. My organization, ODNI, our National Counterterrorism Team, we're playing an integral role in this and establishing for the first time a National Intelligence Fusion Cell. Why this matters is because it allows us to take the intelligence that we're collecting, foreign intelligence. It allows us to work with our federal, state, and local law enforcement, those who have their boots on the ground on the front lines of this operation, to make sure that we're getting real-time intelligence and information going to the successful operations that I spoke about in that conference with the president the other day, to be able to take people like this evil La Diabla off of the battlefild.
Yeah, La Diabla, by the way, means the Satan, which is certainly, this is very evil stuff. I also remember that we were told that these kinds of things were conspiracies, that, you know, kids were not having their organs sold. Clearly, that is true. And we lost 300,000 children who crossed our border. So I wouldn't be surprised it's happening here. My question to you is, as you partner with the Mexican government, one of the concerns about partnering with a narco state like Mexico is that you could be tipping off the cartels. I mean, how do you know that your partners in Mexico are truly partners when we know that Claudia Sheinbaum, for example, is an ally of Nicolas Maduro? It's every action she's done in the last few months proves that.
It's a legitimate question, of course. This is something where we're looking at how we can vet as much as possible, both with the information that we have available, but also through the relationship building that is going on at the lowest level. And these operations that were carried out, that I spoke about, could only have been made possible by working with great Mexican partners in their law enforcement, who are just as concerned about these cartels wreaking havoc and terror on their own people as we are about them doing to ours. And this has been really incredible to see how these different law enforcement entities have really risen to the occasion, how some of our, again, through time and testing and vetting, our partners that we work with at the highest levels of the Mexican government have shown their commitment and their lack of corruption. They're putting themselves at great risk and harm because they themselves are standing up against these cartels who have unfortunately ruled the day across Mexico for too long.
And just lastly, in the 10 seconds I've got, Tulsi, I thought it was significant last week that your NCTC put intelligence together that took down El Pato, a Sinaloa cartel plaza boss, which is really significant because President Trump shut the border down. But it seems that with that act, it would seem that the administration is sending a message to the plaza bosses who have run our southern border under the Biden administration.
Yes, it's very significant. This operation, I would love to tell you about how it was carried out, because our folks, again, who are working now without pay because of the Democrats' government shutdown, worked tirelessly to get this guy arrested and behind bars, but also the public messaging that we did on behalf of President Trump shows his seriousness. And this actually played an integral role in his continuing to be behind bars, because people are seeing, hey, President Trump is not messing around with this. And if they try to resort to their old games of bribery and all this other stuff, they then will be putting themselves in the target.
Wow.
All right.
You are working on some incredible stuff, taking down evil, and we're really grateful for all that you have done. Thank you so much for joining us, Tulsi Gabbard.
Thank you, Director.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.